Okay, this will be the very last, like, talk about things video that I make, because I get a new phone tomorrow morning. Last talk about things video that I make with this phone is what I was gonna say. Don't worry, I'm not gonna stop floor talks. This should be a floor talk. I'm gonna do it in my chair because I'm currently watching videos and adding descriptions. Thought that just popped up is why, sorry, I had another thought just pop up. So the original, what I'm going to talk about is why are photographs not a more engaging, expressive medium? I heard myself talking in video 603 about the fact that like most familiar expertise is photography. And I've always been frustrated with the limited bandwidth there. And I didn't talk about this in the video, but so while photography would be the easiest thing for me to be consistently world-class at and publish and like be, you know, following the state of the art and making the greatest possible photography art, like I have the practice and skill set to do that competently. I think photography is just so low bandwidth. It does not communicate with the sort of like really personal, moving way that writing and that videos can. And I'm not saying this because I'm like ignorant of art history. I think that the photographs that do that are extremely rare compared to the number of photographs that are made in general. And then usually they are just a function of being in the right place at the right time and observing something that would have been a moment in time anyway, right? So when the medium really fits what you're documenting with it, it's like this momentary, like you need to capture the feeling of this specific fraction of time. Very useful. And all of the like famous photographs in history are very singular, like this is a moment and we need to talk in depth about all of the context of this moment and really slow it down and look at it and single it out. Whether that's a person or an event, or that's just what photography does powerfully well. And I think that video and writing do things, a wider variety of higher bandwidth things well in terms of communicating in a way that people can empathize with, because, I don't know why I pronounced empathize that way, because video and writing are much more like the human experience, because they engage your imagination in a different way. It's like a photograph is something totally alien to the human experience. You never see anything frozen like that, ever, unless it's just not moving, and very few things just don't move. And so videos and writing that like you're imagining the world around you going on as it is in your normal human experience have this extremely wider band of experiences and narratives that they can draw on. Photographs just can't. Even if you're great at photography, you're in the right place at the right time and everything works out, and you know, somehow construct a composition that's really, really engaging and moving for people. Still does not compare to the range of experiences and emotions and thoughts that a movie can make you feel, or that a like written document, a novel or a story, even an oral story can make you feel, right? The retelling of someone else's experience or the experiencing of someone else's experience is just so much more native to humans, like we get it more. So I think that video is interesting for that reason. I think that writing is interesting for that reason. And that's why I'm so involved in those mediums as well, and I want to practice them so much. So those are some thoughts. That distinction, though, about photography had never really occurred to me, the bandwidth thing. I've always been curious why photography doesn't seem like it works really well. Photography paired with writing often works much better. And is much easier to like feel a relation to. Photographs are just so alien to your own experience that they often need explanation. Yeah, so I mean that's why cinematograms are a fun and interesting exploration of what photography is. If you haven't looked up cinematograms, Google that. They're great. They're like moving pictures. A little better, still kind of limited. So photography is great. It's really easy to get into. There's a very low barrier of entry now, but the expression range is just limited. And that I'm frustrated by, because the things that I want to talk about are hard to communicate with videos and with writing they would be completely just impossible to communicate with photography. And maybe, you know, I'm wrong. Maybe I'm ignorant saying that, but I don't know. I think I have a little experience to speak from. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. And it was cool to like make that realization while I'm watching this other video of myself. So I wanted to tell you about it. Thanks for listening. I make 3 of these a day, and starting tomorrow, I will be making them with an iPhone 7 Plus. I think that's, yeah. I almost said 7S Plus. That's not a thing yet. It'll be really fun. There should be a 1080p front-facing camera. Things will be really high quality and well lit, and like the exposure thing might be fixed. And I'm really, really, really insanely stoked about it. So tune in to the video after next. It's a video like 618, and we will be on the new phone. How cool is that? I'll see you then.